All right, now we are going to head into the bread and butter of this podcast, which is one of the main factors for me even, just deciding to start a podcast, and that's motivation. I tell you guys every week, but every week I mean it. Like, when you love what you do, you just shine different. And motivation for this podcast and the Motivation Mondays on my YouTube channel are just something that I live for, because I know what it's like to just feel so devoid of positivity, to feel so diluted and dragged down and lost and negative. And it's so easy to feel that way when you're getting caught up with the keeping up with the Joneses and getting bashed with negative news and feeling like you don't really have, the support or the necessary things that you think you need in order to not only survive, but also thrive. So insert motivation, because as I tell you guys every week, and every week I say it because every week it's true and every week I mean it, consistency will take you places that motivation alone cannot. If you work out one time, you're not really going to get any results, right? You got to keep doing it. You got to keep pushing yourself. You've got to keep going. And that's where motivation comes into play consistently. See that? And so today's message is very, very simple. We have been talking about building generational wealth, breaking generational trauma and generational curses to ultimately become the best version of ourselves and to become the adults we needed as children, and to pass down healthy habits, happiness, and success and prosperity to the future branches of our family with the DNA running through our veins. That's a huge responsibility. Okay, we've talked about how not everybody's going to like you. We've talked about how some people are not meant to go on this journey with you. We've talked so much about this. So that's why today's message is super simple. But just because it's simple does not mean it's not worth thinking on it and applying it to yourself. Here we go. And if you are a wrestling fan, or if you are in wrestling, this one is definitely for you. Take my word for that, okay? Believe it or not. All right, showing all of your emotions when you are around vapid narcissists is like bleeding in a tank full of sharks, okay? It's not going to end well. It is not going to spell good news for you. All right, people don't have to like you. They don't have to love you. They don't have to respect you, okay? They just don't, all right? Teachers, they're not going to make you learn. All right. Trainers, they don't make you fit and jacked. Coaches, they don't make you richer or smarter. Okay. Other people help you, but your personal growth is solely your responsibility. So everything that you are working on, that is your responsibility. It's not anybody else's. It's not anybody's job to help you anymore. It's your job to help you, okay? It's not anybody's job to like you, to love you, or to respect you. It's your job to love you. It's your job to respect you, and it's your job to like you. So when you look in the mirror right now, today, tonight, tomorrow morning when you get up, make sure that you like who's staring back at you when you look at that mirror. Make sure that you're doing everything that you can to see the little kid that you used to be staring back at you in that mirror, and you can confidently say, we're going to do some epic shizit. I've got you. I'm going to be the adult that you needed. It is your responsibility. Other people do not have to like it, and they do not have to like you. Okay? But you have to like you. You have to love you. You have to respect you. You have to be able to look yourself in the mirror when you get up in the morning. You have to look at your life and find grateful blessings in it, okay? That is your responsibility. That's not your mama's responsibility. It's not your government's responsibility. It's not your trainer's responsibility, your coach's responsibility, your teacher's responsibility, your partner's responsibility. It is nobody's responsibility except yours. Once you learn that, once you embody that, once you embrace that, and once you implement that, you'll be surprised the trajectory that you start to get on. You start to vibrate different. You start to shine different. You start to believe in yourself so much more than you ever thought possible before. So think about that. Don't worry about whether or not people like you. Don't worry about whether or not people love you. Don't worry about whether or not they respect you. They don't respect you. They don't like you. They don't love you. That's okay. They're not for you. You still got work to do. It's your responsibility, not theirs. Other people can help you, but at the end of the day, it's your growth, so it's your responsibility. Take care of your shizit, because you got to like you, you've got to love you, and you've got to respect you when you look in the mirror. All right, everyone, this has been the latest episode of the Talks with Taeler Hendrix podcast with yours truly, coming to you live every single Tuesday as part of the brand family. You get so much content for less than a large cup of coffee today with inflation, and you get so many different people from different walks of life, different perspectives, different accolades in wrestling and entertainment and so much more with no long-term commitment. You aren't going to find a better deal than on russosbrand.com with myself and the sleepy Sally Sausage. Until next week, everybody. Talk soon.